All right, welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 keys to start a plant-based diet for entrepreneurs. You're going to want to see this one because it's one of my favorite episodes, a hot topic right now, because I have something special for you at the end. So, welcome back. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where we build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. Coming to you live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're seeing this, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and let me know what you think. So what I'm going to talk about is how to start, because a lot of people get stuck casually implementing. You start all or nothing diet, or you have no idea what you're doing. You make a mistake and then you give up, and then you're yo-yo dieting. So you like give up for a little bit and you try something in the next week or two, or maybe next month, or you wait until a New Year's resolution. It's a very frustrating process that kills your confidence. You feel tired, sluggish from eating those less healthy foods. You don't feel like empowered within yourself. You lose productivity, and then you might even gain weight, right? So that's a really tough combo for you. And so you might be searching, like if you found this video on YouTube, how to start a plant-based diet, you might be hearing some of the benefits. I'll put a link to some of the other video I did, and I have another video coming up on the benefits of a plant-based diet, so you can get onto that. But the key is knowing how to start new food habits, basically. So it doesn't have to be plant-based, but knowing how to start new habits helps you stop all those problems, right? It eases those frustrations. And then you can take ownership of your path to freedom and fitness, which is the mission of Fit for Freelance, right? So the first key here is have a realistic plan. A lot of times people will start something all or nothing, and they're just like, okay, I'm going plant-based, no milk, no cheese, no nothing ever again. Or indefinitely, right? And that might not be realistic for you. So you have to have a plan that's set up realistically for you. You have to know kind of what you're doing. And with that, know your nutrients, right? Your macronutrients, your micronutrients too, right? So if you have something you're just cutting back killer amounts of calories, you don't know how much fat, protein, or carbs are in your meals, you're going to be uncontrollably hungry and have no guidance. You might even be malnourished. And when you switch to a plant-based diet, some things you want to look out for, vitamin B12 is very abundant in plant sources, so like dairy and cheese and eggs and meat, but they're not in plant food. So you might want to consider a supplement for that. Also iron, really easy to get in meats. You have to pay a little bit more attention when it comes to a plant-based diet. So that's the second tip. The third tip, set goals for motivation and context. So a lot of times people will give up on whatever new health habit they're trying, be a new exercise plan, or if they are trying a plant-based diet, and they don't have any context for that. They don't have any motivation. So they feel like they do it just because they have to, or their goal is very vague. So when you are very specific about what you want the results to be, and even if you focus on your shorter term outcomes, like how you feel immediately after you eat a meal, paying attention to that, I call it intuitive eating, then that's going to help you find motivation to make those healthier choices more often. So that's a big thing with my coaching skills and paradigm, is instead of looking at, just the scale, which is not an effective measure for a lot of things, right? Look at the short-term things that are going to get you to repeat those healthy behaviors, and you'll feel better, more energized while you do it. Right. So after that, I want you to leave a comment for me and tell me, how will your life improve when you make healthier food choices? Right. So you're looking at starting a plant-based meal plan, some healthier habits. How will your life improve? Will you have more energy to do whatever you're working on, to spend time with the people you love? You can lose weight if you make healthier food choices consistently too. So leave a comment and start to think about that very specific goal setting that you have in mind. That's going to help you with that. All right. And then next, fourth, stock up. So a lot of times people will start something and they have their pantry full of other foods, right? Less healthy foods. So you create, or you maintain an environment that doesn't support healthier choices. So if you stock up with groceries, fresh fruits, veggies, whole foods, all that stuff, then it's going to be easier for you to make those choices when you're hungry, right? Or you're able to make those choices, so it's easier to meal prep versus like, oh, I have to go to the store and get all this stuff and then come back and meal prep, right? It's just already there. So you remove friction and you make it easier to do that when you're stocked up. And the fifth key I have here is get support, right? So a lot of times when you're trying to change habits, it's not easy to do it alone. you want to share that with someone else, let them know what you're doing. You could have a whole group of other people doing it with you. You might work with a health coach like myself. Getting support is key, right? And especially if you're in an environment where no one else is really making those health changes, say the rest of your family is not really interested in making healthier food choices, then it's going to be harder for you to kind of break out of that, right? Or if your friends are always going out to happy hour and getting, I don't know, the chicken tender basket is one of my favorites, right? So if you are always in that environment, then that could make it more challenging for you without that support. All right. So if you are looking for a way to make it easier to do this, I do have an offer. It's a 30-day plant-based training camp. The URL is there, fitforfreelance.com/training. And basically what I do with that, oh, I got this picture for you. It's a pretty cool program that I'm setting up, just launching it. So it's brand new. And what we do is we look at these steps and how we can make it easier for you to do it. So step by step, it's almost like I planned it, right? So if you want to have a realistic plan, we give you a weekly meal plan. We have recipes. And one of my favorite elements of the guilt-free framework is this flexible food game plan for training camp. And so this is how you can kind of ease into any new health habit where you just do it 6 times a week. You make it realistic. You're increasing your water. You're keeping track of it. And then you also have some off diet meals where it's more flexible. It's not all or nothing. So you can see when you're making choices that support what you're trying to do overall instead of just crashing and then it's difficult to keep up and then you might quit, right? So the weekly meal plan, the weekly recipes, the flexible food game plan, that's going to help with having a realistic plan, knowing your nutrients, your macros, your micronutrients. I have a it is a macros chart that reviews your calories, fat, protein, and carbs each day for all the recipes that are in there. So you know exactly how much nutrition you're getting. And I also have a guide for how to adjust it. So if you are still feeling hungry, or if you want to make it so it suits your lifestyle, if you're more active or less active, there are some guidelines in there so you can help customize it to your needs. Let's see. The next one, set goals for motivation and context. So this comes with a goal setting and weight tracking worksheet. So you are very clear about how your healthier habits fit into your life and what you're trying to do with it. Instead of it just being kind of hit or miss, how do I feel in this moment? It's more like I'm doing this so I can reach this goal. And this goal is important to me. I'm committed to this goal. So like, let's do all the things to reach it. Okay. So that is the goal setting, stocking up. Having that preparation, the success manual that I have in this training camp gives you a step-by-step process for how you can clean up your pantry. If you want, you can just keep those in there if you want. And also a weekly grocery list, which is a huge feature. So not only are you getting the groceries to buy when you go in a store, then you are getting the meal plan so you know exactly what you're going to eat. And then there's a recipe guide so you know exactly how to cook it. So it really makes it simple for you to start a plant-based diet / nutrition plan and then reach some of those goals that you set for yourself. All right. And then getting support. I'm right here supporting you the whole way. I do 30 days of coaching emails, little inspirational tips, messages, things to consider, things to look out for, how you might be feeling in the process. And I'm actually going through this at the same time with clients for this first launch that's coming up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we also have a Facebook group called the Scale Smashers Fit for Freelance. No, it's facebook.com/groups/fit for freelance. And the theory behind Scale Smashers is stop relying on your scale to measure your self-worth and your success with your health habits, right? So that is a quick overview of how to do it. If you want to know 5 keys to start a plant-based diet for entrepreneurs, let me know in the comments if any of these are things you're going to try, or you can just sign up at fitforfreelance.com/training. Would love to see you go in there, especially for his first launch. And that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Let me know how I can help. Keep practicing.